Let's connect. Welcome. Every 2 weeks, we are at the Nebraska Realty West Omaha offices and talking about different topics affecting our local business life. We like to chat here with small business owners, with people in the real estate industry, people talking about business strategies, business experiences, and even life experiences. Our goal is to convey the proper information for you guys and your families to use in your life in order to go for your goals and in the local aspects. We always recommend people to see and pay attention to local information. Thanks God, Nebraska, it's a pretty excellent place to do business and to grow in life. And that's why it's pretty important that you see local examples and learn about local guidelines and things happening and affecting our families here. I'm so happy to have one of the newest members of our Castro Realty Group team. As you might know, and we're a realty team mainly doing residential and also commercial real estate, representing buyers and sellers in the state of Nebraska. We're going for the 11th year. And we also have members in our team who have a license in Iowa. And we have many members in our team who also speak Spanish. One of those members is Mayra Piedrahita. She's a realtor and she's an excellent asset joining us a few months ago. Welcome, Mayra.
Thank you so much, Ricardo. I am very grateful to be here right now.
Great. Mayra, talk to us. You look pretty young. You have a good background based on what you told us and what we know about you. And then after a few months of knowing you and seeing how you go for your goals and how you run your family, please tell the public a little bit about you.
Yeah. So I am originally from Cali, Colombia. I was born there but raised in the United States. I lived in Sioux City, Iowa for the majority of my life. And then when I turned 18, I joined the Army, the National Guard, was away for about a year. And then I did that for a couple other years. Went to college, got my bachelor's degree in metaphysics, and then I moved to Omaha, Nebraska, because my daughter, she was born with an abnormality. And so the Children's Hospital was so much closer to her to receive the medical care. So we came here and I decided to do real estate. And I got my Nebraska license back in 2022. I started doing real estate in June that year. And then I was previously at Berkshire Hathaway, but I did really want to focus in the Hispanic community and learn more about how I can make an impact. And luckily, I was introduced to Ricardo, and I've learned so much from him and how much our culture impacts our business. And now I'm here with Nebraska Realty in the Castro Realty Group.
Excellent, Mayra. Mayra is her young age. In my opinion, she's playing a good role model for many people, and actually we're learning from her too. She's pretty disciplined and she's a go-getter. What brought you to the industry, or what caught your attention coming from the Army and after going to college and getting your metaphysics degree? How did the real estate world got into your mind?
Yeah. So I had a thought or an idea. I was inspired by real estate. Previously, when I was younger, my mom and my dad, they purchased a home. And due to the language barrier, they did not get a good deal. The home, it had a lot of issues. Everything was breaking down. And my parents could not make a good decision because there was just nobody interpreting for them. You know, they had to use the little English that they did speak to make one of the biggest purchases of their life. And that has stayed with me for a long time. So I definitely wanted to use my ability to communicate in a different language to help other people like my parents, immigrants, to create a change in how buying a house is the first step and a first investment for our community.
That's pretty surprising for many people, including myself. In my case, of course, my personal case was different. I purchased a house afterwards, and after getting my license. But still, I met many people who decide to become a realtor or for a successful career as a self-employed business owner came out of witnessing their parents buying a house. And that's so important. It's so important because, of course, that shows the need that a human being has in order to solve an issue, to solve a problem and be part of the solution. And of course, in the meantime, in our case, we become business owners. I mean, it's for the people who don't know, realtors, we don't have a salary. Realtors, we are self-employed people that if we don't sell, we don't earn money. But once we grow and we evolve our business, usually it brings some other good aspects or good successful moves. Like we start acquiring real estate, we become flippers, flipping houses, or we become landlords, or we get into the property management industry. There's a lot of ways to evolve and grow in this industry. A couple of weeks ago, we interviewed here people from the Omaha Area Board of Realtors because they are offering scholarships for people to just apply and to get educated and access to apply for a license as a real estate salesperson. So there are tools out there in order to help our community to economically develop. And that's part of what we do. And without bragging, we realtors help in the economic development of the city, of the states. So we are here to help and in different shapes and forms. In these 2 years now that you are holding a real estate license and representing buyers and sellers, is there an experience that you went through while representing someone that you want to share in order for us to learn about challenges that maybe people face, or perhaps happy moments, happy times that you saw a family reaching goals?
For sure. So personally, there is a big stigma that real estate is luxurious. It comes easy to you. It's a lot of money, but in reality, it's a lot of work. You have to be knowledgeable with what you're doing because you are representing people that don't have as much knowledge to navigate the transaction alone, and that's why it's so important to have someone representing you on the buying or selling aspect of real estate. I think one of the most happiest moments was being able to provide a class for first-time home buyers. And in this class, we provided them all the tools they needed to purchase a home. And in that class, we've had multiple people get the goal, me representing them as the buyer's agent to obtain their first home.
Okay. I like what you said, because to us, yes, we live out of real estate, representing buying and sellers. But what I love is when we are talking or explaining or doing workshops, and when someone from that crowd, they end up buying a house just because of they thought at the beginning that wasn't for them, that buying a house is for people with a lot of money, or just the process is that difficult that I don't want to take on the responsibility of owning property ownership. And one thing that I heard Mayra said, which is totally truth in your workshops, is you don't have to use a realtor if you don't want, but use an attorney then. And there's two professionals who can represent you, buying or selling. Is a real estate agent with a real estate license or an attorney. The attorney, of course, is going to charge you per hour for their services. In our case, we don't. Up to now, we don't. So have use the tools you have in the community to be represented, to represent your interest. And why do you think the role of a realtor is important?
Okay. So, from my experience, I've already gone through the process of my parents not having anybody to represent them. And basically, they bought a house. They saw a house they liked. They went. The listing agent, the person selling the house that did not speak Spanish, then gave them the house, but they didn't know there was a disclosure. They didn't look back into the history of the home. They didn't see how much it was previously listed for, how much taxes were going to cost. Just a lot of history and a lot of knowledge when it comes to the house to be able to make a decision not simply based out of emotion but also out of logic. So that's why I value real estate agents and everything they do for their clients, because I know that it comes from the knowledge they are exposed to in the market. The market is not consistent. It's always fluctuating. You can get advised on knowing when it is the right time to buy for your specific needs, because just because I can buy now doesn't mean you should in this moment, because it might not be the right fit for you. And a true, honest real estate agent will represent you and when it best fits for you.
Exactly, and tell you when is the right time for you, and then you make your own decision, of course. What you said is totally truth, and I hope the people understand that point. You're right. It's if you met with Mayra 2 years ago, 1 year ago, and she told you something regarding your property or a price assessment, please call her back, because as she said, this industry is pretty changes happen just a few months later. Not only because of the overall economy, also because of the guidelines for lending. You know, if you're selling a house, you gotta pay attention or meet with an agent who knows about lending also. Not a professional lender, because the lenders, that's why they have loan officers. But at least we need to have some basic knowledge about what's going on and how things are changing and evolving to advise you and tell you, you know what, your house is gonna be able to go and be sold or be offered for a Federal Housing Administration loan or for a VA loan. Or maybe, you know what, you need to do X, Y, and Z in order to make your house appealable to pass those FHA appraisals.
And apart from that, you have to have the resources, because not all lenders have the appropriate knowledge for your specific situation. So as realtors, you go out and you seek the lenders that can accommodate your clients. You know, one bank might offer a certain program that the other bank doesn't offer. It's not all the same. So it's important to have those assets, which I found with Castro Realty, having great lenders to work alongside with.
And again, we have clients that come already pre-approved, and we will represent them without any problem. But we are here to guide you, to explain you, or to give you examples about some other tools that are out there. The final decision is yours. You buy what you want to buy, okay? And finally, where can the people find you? Where can our public find you?
Yeah. So I'm usually at the Castro Realty office. You can find me there throughout the day. Schedule an appointment with me. My phone number is 712-223-3632. I do have an Iowa area code because I am from Sioux City, but I'm here in Omaha, Nebraska, licensed in Nebraska, hopefully looking to get licensed in Iowa soon. And if you want to reach me, my email is myracrghouses@gmail.com.
And you can find Mayra at our office number, 402-319-0093, 402-319-0093, and we are at crghouses.com. Please take the time and take the opportunity to call, to research. Give yourself the opportunity to interview Mayra and interview other realtors if you want to make your own decision. Who works better for you, who adjusts to your schedule. Of course, we all are human beings. We have kids, we have families. If Mayra doesn't have the time, that's why she's in the team. She's going to pass the word to us, and we help each other here. Thank you all for your attention. Thank you, Mayra, for being here with us. And please check us out at crghouses.com and also in social media, Castro Realty Group. Thanks.